So you're just confused as to why they wouldn't want to include your mom. If their sister, you would think that they would want to spend time together.
Yeah. I feel like it's always kind of been like that when we were growing up as kids. It's always either like my mom and my Aunt Colleen who are really close, or it's like my Aunt Colleen and my Aunt Sue who are really close.
Mm-hmm.
It's never my mom and my Aunt Sue on the same page. They've never really gotten along ever.
Okay.
But it's like, it's always been like, there's like, oh, we got invited to go down to the beach, and it's like, I see all my cousins at the beach, and then like, I'm home, my parents are home. It's like, okay, wherever's our invite. Like,
Yeah.
We never get invited anywhere. So I wasn't really like shocked when I found out that they were going to Italy, and it was never mentioned to my parents.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, it's just how it's always been. So, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, that's hurtful to your mom, and it's hurtful to you too, because you see your cousins together, and it's like, well, why aren't I there?
Yeah. And it's like, but it's like, me and my cousins have always known that this is how like our family like operated, so it's just like, we just know. But like, we always make it a point to like not let that affect our relationship, because like, me and my cousins, there's 6 of us. There's me, my brother, my cousins Lauren and Jasmine, my cousins Sean and Eric. We're all like close in age. We're all like either like 2 years apart from each other, so we're all super close. So it's like, we all know the drama that can happen. So like, we just like make sure that like we don't get involved, and then like we spend time together.
Yeah.
Like, we always make it a point to like do something together each summer, or like set aside time so like we all like go out together. Like, it's just how it's always been. Like, we just know that this has been like, this has been like the ongoing thing throughout our whole entire family. So it's just like what we're used to. So,
well, it's good that you make sure that it doesn't affect you and your cousins. It's important that you have those relationships. And it seems like you guys have a strong, all 6 of you, it seems like you all have like a pretty strong bond that even though your parents may not get along all the time, it seems like you guys are...
Yeah, we've all been really close. Like, me and my cousin Jess me and her are extremely close. Like, we hang out, like, if not once a month, like every other month.
That's great.
We just always make sure that like we spend time together. But yeah, it's just kind of like how like our family's always been. It's always been like, someone's gonna be left out. Who's it gonna be? It's usually my mom who's left out. So.
And you said it's always been like that?
It's always been like that.
And do you think it's mainly because of your Aunt Sue?
I think it's kind of everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, who's ever gonna be? Like, I feel like it's always like, oh, who's the closest this time? Like, it's just, it is what it is. It's never gonna change, because my Aunt Sue will never realize that she's kind of like the reasoning behind like most things, but whatever that is, that's never gonna change. So.
Well, it stinks. It sounds like you're like used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been used to like my whole entire life. So it sucks, because like I see like my mom who gets like the short end of the stick, and it's like, it's not fair, because it's just like those are her sisters, and like obviously I feel like they should all like just like be close with each other and like have a good relationship. But I feel like it's my Aunt Sue who like causes like the most family drama, but in like this case, it was my Aunt Colleen who started the drama, and then my Aunt Sue literally had like nothing to do with it. Like, she didn't respond one bit. She was just like, even she was just like, what the hell? Like, what's happening? Because like, she texted me like on like the side and was just like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Like, it was just supposed to be like a clear the air type thing. But it's like, I get if you want to clear the air, but just clear the air with the person who needs the air cleared. There's no need to put her 2 children into it, and 4 other family members. There's just no need for it.
Yeah, it didn't have to be this big deal.
It's like, if you're going to bring kids into it, then bring everyone's kids in it, not just 2 of the kids.
Yeah, but that's not fair to you and your brother either.
But like, all my cousins knew what was happening, because like, my brother decided to like start like a group text like on like the side, and just let them know like, hey, like, our uncle's like calling me a punk and a bitch right now. So we all were having like a laugh on it about it on like the side, but it's obviously like not funny because it's like, okay, this is just like putting a strain on the family right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of been like this. My cousin Sean said that ever since like my mom passed away, that's like when like my family has gone downhill. She was kind of like the glue that held everyone together. So
And you agree with that?
oh yeah, 100%. Because if she were here right now, she, well, one, she wouldn't have let this happen. But like, if it did still happen and she was still here, like she would have found a way to like make everyone like just like get along and just apologize to each other. So
I'm sorry to hear about your mom.
it's okay.
So you mentioned that you and your brother responded in the group text.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when it got out of hand, or was it already out of hand before you guys said anything?
I think it was automatically already out of hand once she sent the first text.
Yeah.
Like pretty much just like, well, this is to clear the air, but like she said, it was like to clear the air, but it ended up being like a big bash fest of her saying that like my mom needs help, like she's mentally unstable. That's when I think once the first text got sent, that's when it started getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like there's better ways for you to like go about like bringing up this trip to someone without bringing like 8 other family members into it, but then like also like there's a nicer way to say that like you think like someone needs help. And like obviously that's like embarrassing for my mom to even have to like respond to that, so that's why she didn't respond. But it's like, okay, if you feel this way and like you actually feel like that she needs like medical help, then you need to be nice about it instead of just bashing her and then just making her feel like an idiot in front of her family. And like not only that, but like her 2 children and her husband. So
I think it's a good thing your mom didn't respond, because if she did, I could have gotten more out of hand. Because when somebody, it sounds like your aunt was almost attacking her by saying all these negative things about her, and the automatic reaction is to defend.
Yeah, I think it's really sad that the aunt that did this, she's usually the one that's closest to my mom. So it's just like, I don't understand like why she didn't feel the need that like she could just like go and like talk to my mom about it.
Yeah.
So, because it's like if you truly have concern for someone, then show that you have concern for them. Like don't like embarrass them. I don't know. I just feel like that there was better ways that she could have handled this situation.
Absolutely.
So, but instead, she decided to turn it into like one big like family drama fest, whereas like nobody really wants to like be around each other now. So it's just like, I don't know. I like family's like all that you have, so it's like, why are you ruining my relationships with the people that like you're only gonna have for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I agree.
It's just life's just too short. So it's just like, I just think that she should have handled it better than the way that she did. So, but I mean, she's not gonna be the one like to take note that like she's the one that effed up pretty much. So, yeah.
I'm really sorry all this is going on.
It's okay. It is what it is. I mean, it's just, it's life. Shit happens. That's kind of, it's just, I know eventually it'll all like blow over, and like I'm sure that it will. It's just, it's like I'm wondering like who's gonna be the person to like make it all better, you know? 'Cause it's just like, it's just like you can obviously just like tell that there's like a strain on like the relationships like within the family. So yeah.
Now you also mentioned that you had an anxiety attack to the point where you had to leave class. For you, what does an anxiety attack feel like? What does it look like? What do you do to kind of help calm yourself down?
So I have been having issues with anxiety. I feel like me personally, I feel like everyone has anxiety, whether if it's like severe or just like it's just like okay, like you get a little anxious like here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone has some sort of anxiety. Mine started probably about like 2 years ago. Like I was like nauseous every single day for like 2 months straight, and it kind of got to the point where just like no amount of like ginger ale or like medicine could like make me feel any better.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the doctor and like I told him, and I 100% told him, I was like, it's no doubt anxiety the way that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So I got put on medicine, and like a week later, my nausea was gone, and like I felt like at ease, like I was good. And then usually for me, like whenever I have anxiety attacks, it's usually like I start shaking, I start like sweating, I start feeling like really sick to my stomach as if like I'm gonna throw up. That's usually when I know that like I'm having an anxiety attack. Usually it really only happens like whenever there's like a fight within like that's going on like that's like within like my life, whether it's like family or friends or like any type of like abandonment. I get a lot of anxiety. Like I had an anxiety attack with this family fight, like in my class, and I had to leave. And then a few weeks ago, my boyfriend was staying with me, and the last night he wasn't going to stay with me, so like I started like freaking out that I was going to be by myself because I hate being by myself. And then like a few weeks ago, me and my best friend got into a fight, so it's just like that like really triggered my anxiety just because I hate fighting. I hate fighting with anyone, but I hate fighting with her because she's my best friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually anxiety attacks I kind of just like need to like take time to like be by myself. Sometimes it helps me if I cry. I don't know, just makes me feel a little bit better. Like okay, like just let it out, like whatever. Don't like hold it in. But or like I'll just like take time for myself and just like go to sleep. Usually whenever I just like fall asleep, that usually like helps like calm me down a little bit, just like shutting my mind off a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's usually what my anxiety attacks look like, and then like how I deal with them. So
okay, well it seems like you have some sort of method, and you know what to do when you have them. You know when to remove yourself from the situation. You know when okay, maybe I just need to go to sleep, or I just need to be by myself for a little bit, which is good. It's good that you like know what your body needs in certain situations like that. And it sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, that your anxiety attacks are usually triggered by a disturbance of peace, especially with people that are close to you.
Yeah.
Now, this fight with you and your friend, has it been reconciled since that happened, or is it still a little...
Yeah, it's reconciled, but I feel like it's always going to be like an underlying thing. She feels as if like my boyfriend doesn't really like try to make an effort to like get to know my friends, whereas like I disagree because I've seen his effort and I've seen him like speak to my friends and go out of his way to talk to people, and like people have said to me like, oh, like he didn't have to come over and talk to me, but like he did, like he like was easy to talk to. Whereas, like, I've seen him, like, try to talk to her, and, like, I've seen him, like, almost, like, get shut down a little bit. Not, like, purposefully, but just, like, he'll, like, go to, like, try to like, start a conversation, and, like, someone else will, like, pull her attention away, and then, like, she just, like, ignores him. But, like, I think just because, like, she's getting taken into, like, another conversation, that it's just, like, almost, like, awkward. So, she just said to me that, like, she just wants him to come around more and just, like, hang out, which is, like, okay. He's done that. He's done that plenty of times, but it's like he can only do so much. So it's like I don't know. I told him like to just keep on doing like what he's been doing with like talking to her and just like making an effort. And like if she still feels the way that she does, at least I know that like you're trying for me, because obviously you know that she's not going to go anywhere, but obviously she knows that you're not going anywhere either. So as long as like I see like you're making the effort, she can't come back at me and say that like, oh, he doesn't try. Whereas, like, no, he does try. Like, I've literally seen him try to speak to you. So, for right now, it's reconciled, but I guess we'll see with time. So, I'm kind of hoping that, like, maybe eventually, like, she'll start to come around, but it's like, if he's making effort, you also need to make the effort, too.
Yeah, of course. Well, I hope with time, she starts to warm up to the idea of, okay, he's not going anywhere, so it just makes sense to make it work.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, because, I mean, obviously she's important to me, but, like, obviously he's important to me, too. So I obviously don't want there to be, like, a difference.
Yeah.
There.
You don't want there to be any friction.
Yeah. Yeah. Less friction. The less friction, the better.
Yeah.
But,
definitely.
So, yeah.
So now, it sounds like, based on what you're going through with your family and with your friend, things being a little rocky, you're holding up pretty well. Sounds like you have a pretty good understanding of where you're at in both of the situations, which is good. You don't have any cloud of vision with it, which is important. Now, is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or were these your main concerns?
These were probably just, like, my main concerns.
Okay. Well, our time is about to wrap up, but within our next session, we can talk about how the past week has gone, if there's been any progress with your family or with your relationship with your friend and the relationship between her and your boyfriend. Just a question I have for you, is there anything I could have done any differently to help you more?
No, I think you were really easy to talk to, and I was able to just, like, explain everything, and, like, it was good that, like, you were able to, like, understand what I was saying, but then, like, also just, like, wrap it up for what I was saying, too. Like, kind of summarize it, because sometimes I tend to go off on, like, a tangent, so I sometimes don't make sense. So it was, like, good that, like, you were able to understand everything that I was, like, saying to you. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad I was able to help a little bit in the beginning, and I'm glad that you're comfortable talking with me about anything.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. So with that, I guess we can wrap up our session, and if you want, you can make you can schedule your appointment for next week, or you can call, whatever you feel like is easier.
Okay.
But it was great meeting you, Brittany.
Nice meeting you, too.
And I'll see you next week.
Thank you.